Parish President's remarks, reports. Mr. Jewell.
Sorry. I'll give Samantha a second here to open up the presentation. All right, March 21st, 2022. We'll start with Public Works report. Let me just give you a couple of projects that have been going around the parish. Our Public Works Department, I'll just start by saying, like, our Public Works Department is still handling tasks that are involved with, from Hurricane Ida, but we have gotten back to a lot of our work orders. That being said, there were many months where we could not work on work orders, and we do have a decreased number of field crews. We are working to try to hire more field crews to keep our crews full, but we are trying to get back to our normal routine as far as work orders go. So we've been doing a whole host of work orders. On this picture you see here, Public Works discovered culverts that were basically rotten and undersized on Lorraine Lorraine Street and Destrehan, and took the opportunity to upsize the culverts to 18 inches as a part of that routine maintenance. Over on Elmwood Drive in Destrehan, we had the culvert truck working. This was actually out today. And a resident complained of, it was actually Mr. Owen who complained of what he perceived was a blocked culvert, and he was correct. I wish we had the pictures of what we pulled out of there. It looked like one of our old curbside recycling bins, blue curbside recycling bins, and a lot of sticks and leaves. So we're very happy to get that out of there. It did take, a few hours to get it out. So that was complete, and that just goes to show you that when you have closed culverts, that sometimes it's hard to see what the obstruction is, but we did get it out. We're excited about that. Asphalt maintenance program. You can see this is Kennedy Street in Amo. This is a completed street. But Barrier Construction is continuing their asphalt maintenance program. As the council knows, they've recently been milling and patching, as well as paving throughout the parish. See, I can learn, Nikki. We're going to be on Allen Street in Amo, Griffin Street in Amo, Kennedy Street, as you saw in the picture, Tenney Street in Booty, 4th Street in St. Rose, Short Street in St. Rose, 2nd Street in St. Rose, as well as Old Highway 90. Public Works is improving, and I believe we do have something going on Wade Street, which I don't think was on here, but we were completing some portions of Wade Street in Luling. We'll go over to Old Highway 90 and Levy Road into Zalmans. Public Works is improving the drainage ditch and the culverts near Levy Road into Zalmans to kind of keep that water flowing over there. If you're familiar with that area during heavy rains, there is a lot of water accumulation at that intersection. So we're trying to keep that water moving down towards the Tibby pump station. And then Lone Star sewer repairs. We're going to be closing out this project tonight, and it's actually a good change order, a decrease. But this was a CDBG project for Lone Star where we did a lot of lining of pipes, and I believe they did a lot of lining of the sewer manholes, which had the old brick manholes. So this will help with I&I and help keep that water out of our sewage system. All right, those are just a few things that were going on the public works side. Want to give our council an update on streetlights. We know it's still a hot topic. I did try to get Entergy to be at this meeting tonight, but they were unable to be here, and will have promised that they will be at our first meeting in April. But I just wanted to give you an idea of the level of kind of damage from Ida. As far as streetlights go, there were 884 that were damaged on the East Bank. Now remember, these are streetlights attached to wooden poles. On the West Bank, there were 1,159 damaged. That brings the total to 2,043. Crews are out. You will see contractor that Entergy is using. They usually will have 2 bucket trucks per crew, and they're going out. So to date, per area, this is how many repairs have been made. In Zalmans, 124 lights have been repaired. In Destrehan, 25 lights have been repaired. In Kelowna, 19 lights have been repaired. In Luling, 120 lights have been repaired. In Norco, 140 lights have been repaired. And in St. Rose, 162 lights have been repaired. You will notice that Muntz is not on that list, but before this information was sent to me, they told me that Muntz, which is where they started, was at about a 98% completion rate. Muntz is probably, I would assume, done by now. That brings a total to 608 lights that have been repaired so far by Entergy, and this represents about 30% of the total lights that were damaged have been repaired. And these numbers are probably on the low side now because this information was as of last Thursday, or maybe last Wednesday. So it is starting to progress. Over on animal control, we wanted to talk about some good things. The Greater Goods Charities Flights, as you know, we do these often. The Animal Control Office participated in 3 of these flights this week, where the Greater Goods flights covered the transport costs of all the 9 cats and 2 dogs that were in the shelter. So, again, if you're unfamiliar with this, there are shelters in and across the country that have a deficit of animals. They're looking to adopt animals, and there are other areas of the country where, frankly, they have too many. And in an effort not to euthanize any of these animals, Greater Good allows us and other shelters across the country to fly these pets to areas where there are people looking to adopt them. So this is a good thing for these animals. Over on RSVP, Project Sunshine Bags, and this is our seniors from our RSVP organization working to create over 2,000 activity kits for Project Sunshine, which is a nonprofit organization centered on bringing joy to the play to pediatric patients. So these are going to go to pediatric patients, and we want to thank our RSVP volunteers for taking the time to do this and bringing some joy to these kids. If you want more info on this project, or frankly, if you want to join RSVP, you can contact RSVP at 985-783-5090. Over in Parks and Recreation, we had a great week last week. I think it was last July, we cut the ribbon on Parkhead Park, which was a collaboration between St. Charles Parish and the Ed Reed Foundation. And Justin Jefferson, also a native of St. Rose, decided that he wanted to put his mark on it. So the wide receiver dedicated a Compan sports and fitness equipment through an organization that he partners with, Optimum Nutrition, which builds better lives through its Building Better Lives initiative, which is centered around fitness and accessibility for all people. If you haven't been able to go out and see it, it is really, really cool. There is no electricity going to any of the machines, but when you get on the machine and you start moving, it generates electricity. You can actually connect your phone to it, adjust the resistance on the machines through your phone. So it is pretty cool. And the folks over at Compan, which is an international company, said that this is the first of its kind in Louisiana. So very cool to have that here in St. Charles Parish. And we look forward to more partnerships such as this in the future. This equipment set is around $175,000 in value. So a very great thing for our residents in St. Rose and for all of St. Charles Parish, and we hope that everybody will utilize it. If you want to know the location of the park, it's 190 Short Street in St. Rose. Okay, the Fish Dat Rodeo is coming up. So mark your calendars for the second annual Fish Dat Rodeo. This is a new program that we offer through Parks and Recreation, which we've been trying to get out of the traditional space of the baseball, basketball, football. I say get out of. We were trying to expand our offerings outside of that traditional the traditional recreation space. So on Saturday, May 21st, at the Bonacary Spillway boat launch, at the lower guide levee side, we will have more information on this, but the second annual Fish Dat Rodeo will take place, so be on the lookout for more information. Last year we had great participation. Okay. Want to talk about Hurricane Ida recovery centers. St. Charles Parish's long-term recovery group and Rebuild United have invited the World Renewed Disaster Response Services into our community for those that Hurricane Ida left with financial and emotional or household needs. World Renewed Disaster Response Services will be collecting data and giving back to the United Way of St. Charles Parish to help connect with those in need and connecting resources with those in need. So there is more information on there. I believe we have posted this, and we will continue to post it to make sure and run it on the channel to make sure our residents have access to this information. But there are 3 walk-in centers for this. It's the RPCC, which is the River Parishes Community College at the United Way campus. Open this week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, March 26th from 9 a.m. to noon. And then again on Monday, March 28th, which is Thursday, through and March 31st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. as well. Then again, Friday, April 1st from 9 a.m. to noon. They will also have one at the St. Rose Community Center, which is open through Friday of this week from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then at the Kelowna Community Center, open next week from March 28th through the 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then again on Friday, April 1st from 9 a.m. to noon. Again, I said we do have a lot of job openings right now, and we are working to get those. You are going to see some signs going up throughout St. Charles Parish, noting that we have open jobs. We certainly would love to hire St. Charles Parish residents for those jobs, but the jobs we have open right now are animal control officer, a carpenter position, distribution maintenance and waterworks, equipment operator 1, 2, 3, and 4 in public works, grass cutters 1 and 2, groundskeeper, laborer, pump technician helper, and shop mechanic helper. And that concludes my report.